Hello everyone, so we're going to start the day with a little diversion away from Ukraine here to the Middle East and Iran. Israel has carried out possibly its largest attack on Iran to date, targeting mainly Iran's nuclear facilities as well as ballistic missile strikes and some military strikes. Multiple sites were hit in this operation. The first videos playing now are from the Natanz nuclear facility, and this photo here shows at least two clouds of smoke coming from the facility. So hit by at least two missiles. Likely more, if the first impacts were intended to, blast away through to the bunkers below, with Israel following them up with ones to penetrate the bunker. It's shown here on Google Maps. I expect this site may be changed from temporarily closed to permanently closed. This facility is used for uranium enrichment. It's protected by a concrete protective shield with a thickness of 7.6 meters, which appears to be just as useless in protecting this facility as Iran's air defense systems were. According to Iran, the centrifuge devices are built at a depth of 40 to 50 meters below ground, and this facility design was chosen for, and I quote, to make it safe from possible air attack. Looks like the Ayatollah needs to go back to the drawing board with this one. Here's its location zoomed out, so you can see it's south of Tehran towards the centre of Iran. Our next videos are here, targeting Kermanshah. At least three big clouds of smoke are seen here from Israeli strikes. These strikes are targeting a military base, shown here on Google Maps. This at first glance doesn't look to be an important facility, but this is actually a ballistic missile base of Iran's. Israel, I would guess, hitting this facility in order to try to take out Iran's missile stockpile and launchers to prevent an immediate response by Iran. I've added this to our map in yellow. Our third video is here, this one coming from a settlement called Tabriz. There was a lot of misinformation about this one, some calling it a strike on an oil depot, a nuclear facility, or a ballistic missile base. The ballistic missile base is the accurate claim for this one. The targeted area where the smoke is coming from is the installation shown on screen now. This is a ballistic missile base, so I don't know what types of missiles exactly are used from here. This is again Israel minimising the chance of Iran launching an immediate retaliation strike here. I've added it to our big map in red. Kermanshah was targeted as well. This video showing burning rocket fuel and fires at a missile base near there. This is now marked in purple. So another instance of Israel again taking out Iran's ballistic missiles. Tehran itself was also hit multiple times. This video showing the first of the airstrikes that targeted Iran's capital city. These were hitting buildings owned and occupied by Iranian government and military officials. I don't have a location for all of these. This first one is still photos showing damage to one holding tower in Tehran. I don't know who this strike was targeting. Given how good Israeli intelligence is, though, we must have had some pretty solid information that a target of note was located inside. The location is on screen now, the building shown here. For Tehran, I'm going to do its own separate map as there are multiple targets I have. Here, a little video showing damage to another residential building in Tehran. This one looks like it may have taken a hit from a glide bomb, indicating that F-35s were definitely operating over Iranian airspace. It doesn't exactly look like a missile impact to me. And here is the geolocation shown in red. Another still photo here showing smoke rising over Tehran. Not that clear, but obvious signs of an impact. This has been geolocated to be coming from the vicinity of the purple marker, a compound reported online to be used by Iran's IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Finally in Tehran, we have this building here which has completely collapsed after a strike. This is here shown in black. This is a residential district reported to be used entirely by the IRGC, so again, must have been a key personnel targeted here. More areas were likely hit in Tehran, but these are the ones I have geolocations for, all shown together now on our big map. So at least 4 buildings hit, possibly more. All buildings owned and used by Iran's military personnel and nuclear scientists. Now the casualties. So far, we have the commander of the IRGC, Hossein Salami, shown here. Also confirmed was Dr. Mohammad Mehdi Tehranchi, who was a high-ranking nuclear scientist, Major General Gholami Ali, who is a military commander and former Deputy Chief of Staff. Here, Fareedu Abbasi, another nuclear scientist who used to be head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran. Mohammad Bagheri, an officer in the IRGC and Chief of Staff of Iran's Armed Forces. This one is a bit unclear. It's been denied by some Iranian media, but confirmed by others. So he is still up in the air at the moment. Before we check our maps over all of the targets, a few other bits of note here. Firstly, here is a map showing flights around Iran and Iraq. So you can see that the airspace in the area is completely cleared of commercial flights now, with passenger aircraft forced to make pretty huge diversions around the area of conflict. And here, more air traffic data. From Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, 3 rivet joints were in the air, 2 of them from the US Air Force and 1 from the RAF. They've been scrambled and are heading west, away from the conflict area. Likely just in case of a retaliation trying to target the base, so get them out of the air and out of the way. And with the range of air monitoring devices, they don't need to operate in this area to do the job, so they can operate from further back. They'll be safe from retaliatory strikes and also potential interception by fighter jets. Now let's check on maps overall. So here are the geolocated targets in these airstrikes done with geolocated footage. There were other smaller strikes too, targeting Iranian defences infrastructure such as radar sites, SAM systems and the like, and the prelude to the attack. But the main targets here were Iran's ballistic missile sites, nuclear research facilities, and also cutting off the head of a snake by taking out military officials and nuclear scientists. There's also some sites we don't have videos yet at time of recording this video, or at least confirmed geolocated footage. I've just stuck to the ones which have been geolocated in order to avoid potential misidentification and misinformation and that sort of thing. This map on screen now shows the extent of the strikes in total. So hitting nuclear sites at Iraq, Natanz and Isfahan, research reactors at Bonad, Ramsar and Tehran, military sites at Parchin, uranium mines at Sagand, Yazd and Gachin. This map doesn't show the geolocated hits on ballistic missile complexes. This operation was called Operation Rising Lion, and the one confirmed was likely carried out with F-35s. The main operation here? To pretty much stop Iran's nuclear weapons program, and a secondary objective to stop the capabilities to launch a counter. It's a complete embarrassment for the air defence here. 0 confirmed interceptions of missiles and aircraft so far. They have a mixture of domestically produced SAM systems, like the Arman, shown here, which is their newest SAM system. And they also use our old friend, the S-300, proven to be completely useless in Ukraine, now proven to be completely useless here as well. I reckon it's time that old Yeller here was taken out back. But a massive operation here. Likely more targets were hit, but again I've just covered the ones we have geolocations for so far, and so can fully confirm at the moment. So a small diversion from Ukraine here, but tonight's videos will be going back to Ukraine. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. Now I'm going to play a video about a recent fundraiser that we're doing with Sanath, a volunteer who has raised a lot of money for Ukraine in the past and is raising more in order to provide drones and vehicles and that sort of thing. The donation link is in the description. Thanks so much for watching and take care everybody.
Well, hello Superminers community, it's Sanath here coming to you from the basement, otherwise known as the bunker. I hope everyone's doing really well. It's been several months since we spoke last, and this month marks the 2-year anniversary from when we first started working with the Superminers community, the very generous and supportive community. And you know, out here you're always tottering from one crisis after the other, problem after problem, priorities are changing all the time, and I never really get time to look back on what we've done together and what we've achieved, but it is worth it. You know, we've done so much to help in this effort, in this conflict. Drones, multiple vehicles, Pajeros, L200s, generators, engines, battery packs, winter equipment, night vision capabilities, you name it. We've really been there making a massive difference to these guys, and over the course of time, all your donations, large and small, they've added up incrementally to make a massive difference in this conflict and shape things according to how we want them to emerge. Now, I've hit a bit of a problem here. We've hit a bit of a problem. We recently lost a couple of vehicles. They lasted multiple years. I think that one of them lasted 2 years and the other one like 18 months. So they've done a lot of work and they've seen the hotter spots of this conflict. But yeah, we're really stuck now because we need to try and get a couple of vehicles, 3 vehicles ideally, over the line and delivered to the guys as soon as possible. And of course, vehicles are the hardest part of this project because it's not like buying something online and just delivering it. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong with vehicles. On top of that, they have a 1,000-mile journey from the west of Europe to Ukraine. And we don't supply our vehicles just in standard format. We strip out the engine, normally install the BMW engine, strip out all the electronics, all those nasty things that can go wrong and become really unreliable without any warning whatsoever, and leaves you like a sitting duck. So yeah, that's the work we do. And but of course, all our work is underpinned by a budget, a foundation, which is the generous donations that you provide. So with your support, we'll continue this fight and yeah, bring this to a very satisfactory conclusion. Take care, everyone.